My ex tried to spy on me with a sweet surprise pet. His plan fell apart in the funniest way. I should have noticed something strange when Jordan knocked on my door one rainy evening with a small white beagle tucked in a blanket. We had ended things a month earlier after I caught him reading my private messages while pretending to check the weather on my phone. Now he stood on my porch like nothing ever happened. He said the dog's name was Penny and claimed she needed a new home. Penny nuzzled her head against my arm. I had talked for years about wanting a dog, so the temptation hit hard. I asked Jordan why he suddenly cared about giving me gifts. He said she was from a local rescue and that he wanted to make things right, then handed her over and walked off without trying to come inside. That alone should have tipped me off. Jordan never left that quickly. 2 days later, I took Penny to a vet for a routine check. The doctor scanned her for a chip and found one registered under Jordan's name from 4 days earlier. When I explained he was my ex, the vet raised an eyebrow and asked if I wanted it transferred to my name. I said yes, but something about the timing unsettled me. On Thursday, I visited my brother Leo. He remembered how Jordan used to complain whenever I mentioned wanting a dog and said the whole thing felt staged. While Penny sniffed his living room, Leo asked if Jordan was still working for that tech contractor that built wireless devices for private security companies. That question landed like a weight in my stomach. I spent the night searching online. Regular pet chips cannot track anything. They only hold ID numbers, but custom-built add-ons could be hidden in collars or tags. I stared at Penny's collar. It was a sturdy red one that Jordan had insisted she preferred. The next morning, I brought Penny to another clinic and asked them to check her collar too. The vet scanned the chip and shrugged, since it was a normal ID. But when she passed a frequency reader near the collar, it began picking up a faint signal. She asked if it might be a training device. I said no and slipped the collar into my bag. At home, I examined it under a lamp. One edge felt thicker. I opened the seam with a small pair of craft scissors and found a slim electronic strip inside. A serial code sat along the side. A quick search confirmed it was a live location tracker sold only to licensed companies. Jordan still had employee access. I set up a plan. On Saturday morning, I borrowed Leo's hiking backpack and slipped the collar into the outside pocket. I asked him to take it with him during his delivery route around the city. His schedule covered several miles, which was perfect. He agreed as long as I promised to explain everything later. I kept Penny with me and drove to a busy cafe across town where Jordan often hung out. I parked nearby and watched from a table by the window. He arrived within half an hour, sat down, and took out his phone. Every few minutes he checked it, frowning at the screen. Then he jumped up and rushed outside. Leo texted moments later. Jordan had shown up at an auto shop where Leo had stopped, looking around the parking lot and pacing. I sent Leo another route. Over the next 2 hours, Jordan trailed the backpack from a strip mall to the river trail and then all the way to a bowling alley. Each time he arrived, he grew more irritated and confused. The final stop was a small community swimming pool. Leo set the backpack near the entrance and waited in his truck. Jordan showed up, circled the area, and confronted a staff member, insisting someone had taken his dog. People stared. A parent called security. I arrived just as 2 officers stepped outside to speak with him. He rambled about protecting me and said he was tracking a pet he claimed was his. His own words dug the hole deeper. When he saw me walking toward the group, he froze. I told the officers the whole story. I showed them the tracker from the collar, the receipts from the vet, Penny's updated records, and a copy of the device's product page. The officers inspected everything and cited Jordan for unlawful tracking. His employer suspended him the following Monday. Penny is safe now, officially mine with a soft green collar that has nothing suspicious inside it. She sleeps at the foot of my bed every night, and sometimes when we pass Jordan's old townhouse on our walks, Penny stops and scratches the dirt with deliberate little kicks, as if delivering her own review of his behavior.